Hello, good to see you
Hello.
again.
Thank you.
We're talking about a fantastic movie right now.
Oh, good.
And I read, true or false, that it took you literally 2 seconds to take on this role. Is that true?
A little more, maybe 7 seconds.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute, okay.
No, but I did commit to this role before I finished reading the script.
And
I was about 10 pages in, and I put it down, and I sent an email to my representative and said, I have to make this film.
tell me why.
Because in 10 pages, I met characters that were real and complex and about something, and it was about a part of the world that I am familiar with and a story that I have not seen told on this level, and it was uplifting. It was an African story that was actually uplifting. We don't see that on this kind of platform very often. And I was just so riveted by it. And the character I was playing in particular sees the world completely differently from how I see it, and I wanted to take that challenge on.
So what was it like, though, to film on location? Because I heard you guys were actually filming where this took place.
Yes.
Tell me about that experience.
That was invaluable because we had to contend with the things that Harriet and her children would have to contend with. There was open sewers, there was animals, there was all sorts of crowds that formed to see what we were doing. They weren't used to this kind of thing happening in this area. There was vendors, and there was so many things to deal with that made it just so real. There was always something to learn from as an actor, and I could learn from observation and really get into the behavior of the people over there.
I've asked, the other actors of the cast about that experience, and I'm curious, I forgot to ask this question, I'll ask you now. The locals that saw this going on, and they're familiar with the story, what was their reaction to know this was being made about, their part of the world?
Well, there's a lot of excitement.
Okay.
Ugandans are definitely very excited about this, but there was also a lot of curiosity, and just because this kind of thing doesn't happen in Katwe all the time. So there was a lot of people leaning in and trying to figure out, wait, how does this happen? And filmmaking is not a very exciting process. Once you've seen a shot, and you people are doing it all day, it's not very interesting. I had my parents come on set for a scene, and my dad just said, oh, this is so boring. It's true, it can be really boring if you're not actually doing it.
The entire time I'm watching the movie, and I'm curious to see if you've got it down, that snap, the whole time me and my friends were like in the film.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a whip.
Okay.
It's not a snap.
Okay, it's a whip.
It's a whip.
I've learned that.
And it is the middle finger, not the middle finger, the index finger hitting against the middle finger and the thumb. So you let this one loose. You have to keep it nice and loose.
Okay.
And then these you have to hold firm together.
Okay.
And then you drop it. No, there's no this. You see, that's why it's not a snap.
So
the sound is made from the index finger hitting these two fingers. See? You're cheating.
I'll get to it eventually. My final question for you today is, people are going to take inspiration from this story. Maybe they don't live in Uganda, but they live in the United States or wherever in the world that they're going to see this film. There's a message of hope that you can overcome whatever you going on in your life. Mm-hmm. Tell me, how that's important, you think, for people that see this film.
Well, there's a line in the movie that goes, the small one can become the big one. And that is what this movie is about. And anybody can relate to that. If you're in Idaho and have a dream of becoming, a Broadway star or something, this can relate to you. If you want to be a ball player or a mathematician or whatever, this applies to everybody. And I think that's what's so great, universal about this beautiful African love song we have.